Hello, welcome to Latte Firm for a quick reaction video tonight of Arsenal's 7th successive Premier League win over an abysmal Sheffield United team, but 6-0 winners. I've just got home. It's just gone past 4 a.m. and I'm just looking at my ticket from tonight. It's a fixture that I'm going to look back with very fond memories because it was a great performance and a great 3 points for Arsenal in this year's title race. If you're tuning in for the first time, please do subscribe to the channel. Lots more content like this to come throughout the rest of the season. Quick reaction videos on a match day, late night lattes to really sit back and chill and review the game that we've just seen, and preview shows as well. Like the video, please. It's a massive help to the channel. If you can get to 500 likes, that would be amazing. And of course, get involved in the chat. Look, guys, we've had a really impressive start to 2024. 6 Premier League wins on the bounce. It's a club record. And I went into today's game feeling really confident. I know we saw Liverpool snatch a last gasp win away at Nottingham Forest, a real dagger to the heart. We saw Manchester City come back from behind at the weekend to win the Manchester derby. And the pressure was on Arsenal. And, relegation threatened Sheffield United, who have been abysmal this season. They'd conceded 66 times before tonight's game. They are in problems of their own, and they are going to struggle for the rest of the season and, of course, next year. But we had to go there and we had to get the win, and the win is what we got. Let's go straight to the slides as we normally do. So, look, first up, the team news that broke. Arsenal demolished the Blades. What a great headline that is. Courtesy of Arsenal.com. It was unchanged for Arsenal. David Raya playing in goal, his 9th clean sheet for Arsenal this season, potentially on his way to winning the Golden Glove. Phenomenal. Goal scoring Ben White, and we'll talk about Ben White shortly, but Saliba and Gabriel. Saliba, a record number of passes for a defender in Premier League history for Arsenal. Another phenomenal performance from him. Jakub Kiwior, who just looks so good at left back. So good at left back. Like, where have you been all this time? Tomiyasu, Zinchenko, Timber. It's not going to be a straightforward decision, let me tell you. Declan Rice playing in midfield alongside Jorginho and Captain Odegaard, who I thought was scintillating today. And again, more thoughts on Martin coming up shortly. Saka, Martinelli and Havertz up top. I got to say, when the team news was announced, I was a little bit surprised that Jorginho was in midfield. I thought maybe Arteta would revert back to Havertz in midfield and Trossard up top. I didn't think we'd need that defensive sort of stability or structure. But it worked beautifully. Jorginho played in that deep sort of 6 role, and Declan Rice was that sort of advanced left 8. Doing what Granit Xhaka would so often do in the Arsenal team last season, and did it so well. You look at the subs bench, we had Ramsdale in as a goalkeeper, Cedric, who came on, much to the amusement of Arsenal fans, Fabio Vieira, Thomas Partey back in the squad. When he came on, it was tears in my eyes. Thomas Partey playing for Arsenal Football Club again. Whole new, like a new signing. Smith Rowe, Nelson, Trossard, Jesus and Nketiah. I mean, the bench is looking strong at the right time of the season. But look, as I just said, I went into the game full of confidence. I really thought we'd beat Sheffield United comfortably, and it turns out we did. 6-0 winners on the night, a phenomenal performance, and we cruised to a victory, and we mustn't forget Sheffield United, bottom of the league table for a reason. They've struggled this year. They were dreadful tonight, and they will make headlines of their own. But listen, make no mistake, it's a great performance from Arsenal, a chance to boost the goal difference, which could come in handy at the end of the season. So a great day out at the office for Arsenal Football Club. We got off to a flying start. We were 3-0 up, I think, within 13, 14 minutes of tonight's game. We were 5-0 up at half-time, as you can see. And it was very, very easy. Different goal scorers as well. Odegaard, Martinelli, Havertz, Declan Rice, Benny White, and of course an own goal from Bogle. I mean, the whole chant of who put the ball in the Sheffield net, half our effing team did. I mean, genuinely true. Genuinely true tonight. Look, it was a great start. 3-4 minutes on the clock. We broke away. We had a chance before then, but we carved the ball down the left-hand side. The ball was cut across, and Martin Odegaard finding himself unmarked with, 10 yards of space in front of him, and he sort of slotted home to make it 1-0. We quickly made it 2-0. This time, Bukayo Saka's cross from the right-hand side was guided into his own net by Bogle. Completely deserved. I mean, we were flying at that point. We were knocking on the door. We just took the ball straight to Sheffield, no messing around. Knocking on that door until we sort of burst it down. 3-0, Jakub Kivior assisting and Gabby Martinelli scoring. So happy for Martinelli to be in and amongst the goals again, but 3-0 within 13 minutes. And at that point, you're thinking, right, when are we getting the curry on the way home? How are we getting home tonight? It was almost like a carnival sort of feeling in the away end, and it was just brilliant. Who scored the fourth? Who scored our fourth? Gosh, I think it was Havertz. Do you know, it's so funny. We're in the away end, and there's no scoreboard. There's no big screen. There's not even a clock telling us how many minutes in the half had been played. So we were struggling to keep count of the goals, but it was four from Kai Havertz, and I think it was a Martinelli through ball, and Havertz sort of slotted in quite coolly, and 4-0. Good old celebration. Again, dreamland. You're just thinking, right, 4-0, how many is this going to be? And we kept knocking on the door, and then we added another one, 5-0. And it was Declan Rice finishing low beyond the goalkeeper. And I mean, at that point, you just can't believe what you're watching. This is a Premier League team in Sheffield United who have had an abysmal season, of course, but they've still got to be beaten. Chris Wilder made a change after, I think, 15 minutes, going from a back four to a back five, it looked like. And it did nothing. We were in complete control, completely sort of, dominant, did not let them breathe. I think I'm right in saying that we had 80% possession to Sheffield United's 20%. We had 22 shots on goal, 10 on target. They had, a few shots on goal, 0 on target. They had no corners. They're the home team. They are the home team. We were so comfortable, so convincing. And, at half-time at 5-0, I'm thinking, we cannot rest. This title race could be decided on goal difference. Arsenal, whatever you do, go out in that second half and make sure that you do not regret missing this chance, because Sheffield United were on the ropes. They were down. They were on the floor. And I guess this is going to sound outrageous, but I'm kind of disappointed we only scored 1 goal in the second half. That goal, of course, coming from Benny White from right back position, firing in with his left foot, celebrating in front of the Arsenal faithful. Really deserved that moment. Just fabulous to see. But, we made so many changes. So did Sheffield United. The pace of the game, the momentum of the game had stifled. Maybe we'd taken our foot off the gas. I think we could have got 7, 8 or 9. We made some changes. Gabriel Jesus came on. He frustrated me tonight, Gabby Jesus. I'm hearing news that his knee didn't react so well to that cameo, but fingers crossed it's going to be positive for the weekend and for the fixtures ahead. But Gabby Jesus got caught offside a few times, could have shot a couple of times, but decided to, opt for trickery. Fabio Vieira came on, got caught offside so many times, so frustrating. Cedric came on, Partey came on, Trossard came on. So we made lots of changes, giving the right players the right rest that they needed, but we just couldn't add to the goal tally. That was probably the most disappointing thing about the game. But listen, I'm nitpicking at its finest. As you can see from the right-hand side, we became the first team in the top 4 tiers of English football to win 3 consecutive games by 5 goals or more. That is phenomenal. Phenomenal. 6-0, 5-0, 6-0. Brilliant. 2 of those games, 3 of those games away from home. I mean, it's ridiculous, really. When you look at Martin Odegaard, I've picked him out, this graphic courtesy of now_Arsenal, because I think Odegaard has been in a league of his own since the start of the new year. This guy is the conductor, the extension of Arteta, the coach on the pitch, the connection he has with the fans. We talk about it almost every week, but 100% long ball accuracy, 90% passing accuracy, 100% of his dribbles completed, got on the goal sheet again. What a player. What a player we are seeing in Martin Odegaard, and he's just 25. His ceiling is out of sight. I mean, what this boy is doing is phenomenal, and another tremendous performance from the captain. Really, really good performance. And listen, to go to West Ham and win 6-0, to go to Burnley and win 5-0, to go to Sheffield United and win 6-0 is unreal. We've had a great, great 2024. 7 successive wins on the bounce. And guess what? We now play first. This coming weekend, it's Brentford at home, a fixture that many will remember for the wrong reasons last year, the VAR, the lines not being drawn. I hear Paul Tierney is going to be the VAR ref after the debacle that we saw at the City Ground at the weekend. Let's hope that we take the ref out of the game. Let's hope that we blow Brentford away. Brentford have been in tragic form over the last 2-3 months. They are there for the taking. They are there for a beating, and I am confident going into Saturday's game. We get 3 points, we go top. And then Liverpool and Manchester City play at Anfield on Sunday. I just wonder. Look, there's a long way to go in this season's Premier League title race, right? 11 games for Arsenal, lots of twists and turns. The massive one coming up at the Etihad. That's going to be a big, big fixture against City. But let's not look too far ahead. Let's just focus on Brentford, try and get the 3 points on the board, put the pressure on Liverpool and City. Porto coming up next week in midweek. We have to overturn that 1-0 deficit from the first leg. But we are looking good. Let me know what you thought of tonight's performance. A really good performance from the team. Good substitutions. Little bit disappointed we took our foot off the gas, but listen, 3 points, 6 more goals, the best goal difference in the league now by some margin, and the chance to go top at the weekend. Until next time, bye-bye for now. I'm off to sleep. It's 4 o'clock. I need to work in 4 hours' time, so like this goddamn video. Take care. Bye for now.